All right, PMP Sports, we're back here with our next segment, NBA Playoff Preview. We're going to be giving you a review of each conference and each series just for the first round, and then we're going to give you a conference champion for each conference, and then at the end we're going to give a finals prediction, who will win and who will be this season's champion. We're going to start off with the East. Mike's gonna start off, so go ahead. Each series, just
Some
give
really
me a
great
prediction.
matchups.
Yeah, no.
East, yeah,
matchups.
great. This is just exactly what the NBA wanted.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Boston, Chicago,
The only
Milwaukee.
really fun
Toronto and
matchup there
DC.
is the Raptors Wizards, because I think
Go ahead.
if
Whatever
either
you
of
wanna
them
start
come
off
out, they
with.
could make noise. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I think the Bucks might take like 1 or 2 games.
That's the shaper of the Eastern Conference. That matchup, Raptors Wizards.
I think
Whatever
everybody
team
knows
comes out
that
of
it's
that.
gonna come. It's gonna come down to 3 teams. I think everyone knows. But go ahead. So what do you
What do
got
you
for
think?
that? The 4 versus 5. What do you got out of it?
I'll take the Wizards because.
And how many games you got?
It'll go to 7.
7? Yeah. Okay.
Raptors took the Nets to, what, last year it was 7 games?
I give them.
They
6
lost.
and a
Yeah,
half.
they lost the Nets.
Yeah, but it was 7 games.
7. Yeah, 7 games. They lost at their home court.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Toronto. Toronto's a very overrated team. I think they're just taking advantage of the worst division.
They have
in
a lot of
basketball.
depth.
They are. That's the only reason why they
they're
got
a
that
solid
4 seed.
Like they would be if the say it was like 2-3 years ago. Raptors would be an 8 seed. They're just they're your typical good Raptors team. They just they're gonna go in the playoffs. They'll be happy to make it to the second round, and then they'll leave after that.
Yeah, I think Raptors will probably lose again at home.
Yeah, I
in
give
game 7.
I give
I
them
could
6
see it.
games.
I just think the Wizards have too good of a backcourt.
I see the Wizards definitely stealing one.
I feel like John Wall is going to come out as a playoff MVP.
For that series,
Yeah,
or
just for
their
the series.
team.
I don't think they're going to go any farther.
I was like, okay,
Yeah, for their team.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I got that.
If they went far, if they go far, it'll be because of John Wall.
All right.
Yeah.
What about
Bradley Beal's been disappointing. Okay, so he's got that. So go.
what
we'll
about
go
that 3-6 matchup?
Bulls,
What do you think?
Bucks.
3-6.
Yeah.
Bulls
That-
Bucks.
Yeah. Who you got in that?
I mean, I said it before, but I think Bucks can take 1 or 2 games out of that.
Mhm.
But that's the best.
Maybe.
think,
I
yeah.
think maybe.
I think the
Okay.
Bulls are going to get hot
Bulls. Okay.
in the playoffs.
Then you got Cavs against my Celtics.
that's
Cavs.
that's gonna
Yeah.
that's,
It might almost
that's
be a
gonna
sweep.
test.
Honestly,
that's gonna
it might
test
be
the
a
Cavs.
sweep.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That,
The only thing I'm worried about with the Cavs is their defense.
yeah, that's
Say
gonna test
Celtics,
the
Yeah.
Cavs.
Celtics make their shots high 40s, low 50s, like one game, they'll win it. But it's gonna be over in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I'll tell you soon. Okay. Hawks Nets.
That's oh my god. That's
I don't
gonna
know.
be one of the worst sweeps in NBA history.
Really?
Yeah.
You really think
The
so?
Hawks are gonna dismantle the Nets.
Yeah, I kind of wish.
Dismantle them.
I really wish the Pacers were there.
Like who
Yeah.
who do they
I love to see Paul
who do they
George.
have besides Jared Jack?
If it was the Pacers
A
versus the
hobbled-
Hawks, it
a
would
hobbled
probably be a
Williams.
7-game series.
Darren Williams, Brooklyn. No, I feel like with the Nets, it's just like, okay, we're happy to be in the playoffs, so we don't lose a lottery pick.
You know-
but it's like Brooklyn, you don't have a pick till 2019. It doesn't matter anyways.
You know, they start with without Brook Lopez. Like Brook Lopez starts on the bench.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why are you paying him so
It's-
much
I
money
mean,
if
it's
he's
been
coming off the bench?
It's been working, I guess. I don't know. They're a joke. I get it. The Knicks, honestly, I'd rather be a Knicks fan any day than a Nets fan.
Because you know the Knicks have a future. They have a future.
Somewhat
in
of
the
a
next 3 years.
future.
The
Yeah.
Nets have
They
nothing.
screwed
This is what
themselves.
the Knicks
And that's really
were
screwed themselves.
years ago when Isaiah was running the team.
Yep.
And they lost all their draft picks, like the
And
Jordan
we were stuck
Hill,
with the Stoudemire
the Jordan
contract
Hill,
the past couple
Channing
years.
Frye, like all those awful picks. But now Brooklyn really has nothing till 2019.
They're gonna have to make
They
some
got nothing.
off-season moves, but
They
they
have no-
can't
they have-
because they have no money.
Yeah.
They can't.
I mean, the
it's
best they could do is
they're-
Lopez to.
But even if they have
to
money
OKC,
after
but they
next
took
year,
that.
who's gonna go want to play with them?
No one.
They're gonna get some disgruntled. They're gonna overpay.
The only
for
thing
some
they have going
role
for them is
guys.
that they're basically a new team, and that they have a decent fan base.
Same team name, different city, different logo, same old Nets.
It's the
Basically,
same thing.
It really
I mean,
is.
Honestly, you look at it. Brooklyn has no appeal in free agency.
You know what's pretty funny though?
For even the next 3 years, they have nothing.
Not until
Jay-Z comes onto the scene. Nets do good. Jay-Z leaves. Nets do bad.
Yeah. That's the way it goes for the Nets. I feel like that's the only.
You want to know why I don't like that? Because KD great before Jay-Z Rock Nation agency. Jay-Z gets there, KD's bad.
Oh wow.
You could throw that out there.
Wow.
I don't know if KD's bad.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
he's not
pretty much
KD
done
anymore.
for his career.
His career's
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we could talk about that in the Western Conference when we bring that up.
All right, yeah. Western Conference now. We'll move it on over. Wait, Chris, you got to go with your Eastern
All
Conference stuff.
Well,
Sorry.
Raptors, Wizards. I got the Wizards in that. I got the Wizards in.
How much?
In
you
6.
Said 6. Okay.
I got them in 6.
Okay.
I say they can
even though
steal
they're
a game
a
in the
road
Raptors.
team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could definitely see the Raptors giving one up at home to John Wall and Bradley Beal. Then you got Bulls Bucks. Definitely got the Bulls in that one. Bucks probably get a win or two. I'm with you, Mike.
I don't think
1 or 2, but Greek
two.
Freak will go off in one game.
I feel like 2's a stretch.
Yeah, I feel like they're home games. I feel like just their home games. They'll win the first home game.
Over under.
They might lose
3
the
or
second
4
one.
Greek Freak highlights for that series though.
2.
Yeah. Cavs Celtics easy Cavs win. I mean, the first round for the Eastern Conference, first 4 seeds, except for that 4-5 matchup, it's pretty simple.
Everyone knows in the Eastern Conference who's gonna win, but it was all about like who are the top teams gonna beat down on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's fun to see who's gonna get in and lose right away.
But yeah, no.
3 teams that like
Eastern
we
Conference
just.
is gonna be easy. What you guys got for the Eastern Conference Finals?
Wait, I didn't get to do my predictions.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Hawks sweep the Nets because the Nets are garbage. They're hot trash.
Yeah, they are.
They're gonna be hot trash, and it's only gonna get worse. Hawks, they're great for them, man. You know, good for them.
I honestly think.
They were this close to a lottery pick this year.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. This is gonna carry over to next year. The Hawks. They'll be good next year too.
Of course they will. And
yeah,
they have
it's
more
all
appeal.
about the coaching for them.
They have more appeal now. Cavs, Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
My Celtics, I'd be. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if they're swept.
Hot trash
I wouldn't be Celtics, no, because they're
they've
second
been
year
hot lately.
rebuilding.
They've been hot lately, but you know they're trash.
They're not trash.
He's starting to get feelings for them.
Really? 17-65, and you tell me what's trash.
Oh God, you gotta do that to me.
Well, why did you call the playoff team trash? Okay,
Right.
so I'm not gonna be surprised if they get swept, but one game would be nice, so I'm gonna go 4-1 Cavs. Bulls and Bucks. Bulls in 5. Raptors Wizards. I'm not agreeing with either of you. I like Raptors 4-3. They've both been playing poor, but I like home court advantage for the Raptors.
Didn't help them last year.
That's true. But they finally got experience from last year, so I don't.
That's true.
Honestly, I haven't seen a single. Like maybe I've seen 1 or 2 throughout. I haven't seen games for the Raptors. I don't even know how they play.
Yeah.
No, I have League Pass, so I watched a lot of the Raptors.
Yeah, me too.
How have they been playing? Honestly,
They're boring. I find them boring.
I feel like
they're
they
physical.
I
They
haven't
get
seen them in
physical,
highlights.
but they're boring.
I hadn't seen them in highlights. I haven't seen them on streaks.
The only time you really want to
haven't
watch
seen them
them
doing
is
really
when Lou
anything.
Will's on the court.
DeMar DeRozan.
He came
If
back.
he scores
That's when I
over
heard
20,
about them.
they have a good chance of winning. If DeMar DeRozan is not scoring
Yeah.
20, they're probably going to lose. It's a boring team. I don't like them. But I have
I mean, really
Bulls-
got Paul Pierce on
Bulls,
there, man.
Cavs. I think that's a possible matchup, right? That's possible.
Yeah.
Bulls,
Yeah.
Cavs. I have Cavs coming out there.
That
Who
second round
do you guys have
great.
winning the conference?
I'm gonna have the Cavs.
I had Bulls
winning
prior to the
conference.
season. Now I went to Cavs just because of the injuries.
But
for the Bulls.
my second place isn't the Bulls. My second place is the Hawks.
Okay.
I have the Hawks beating the Bulls out.
What do you got, Mike? But Cavs in the finals yet?
I'm gonna have to take the Cavs in the finals,
Cavs?
just because they look so good the second half of the season. They
Second
just look like
LeBron, not
so
even
good.
They were 30-4.
they were better than the Heat did.
Not even after All-Star break. It's after LeBron came out from like his break,
Mini injury.
whatever it was. It was like he
It
just
was after the
needed a
trade
rest.
deadline. After the trade deadline, they
It really put
took off.
it was the turn in the new year. They just like took over, and they've been the best team in the league besides Golden State.
I
And
really like
Atlanta.
that Mozgov trade.
The Mozgov trade was great.
I mean,
LeBron's
I
a great
actually-
GM.
I actually think Atlanta kind of slowed down just a little bit. I mean, they got.
No,
They've
they
had
did, because
injuries.
they had already
They lost
they-
Cephalosha. Millsap's been hurt.
They clinched the 1 seed like before the second half of the season.
Yeah,
That's
that's
because it
what
was
we
a
used to
ridiculous hot start. But if the Cavs play that way from November, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But,
saw them keeping up with Golden State. They kind
all
of
right.
slowed down. Got a
We
lot
have to
of
move
losses.
on to Western Conference. So we're all in agreement that the Cavs are going to the finals.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
sadly.
Okay, I'll
Alright,
start off
I
with the
gotta
West
see
Conference. Warriors, Pelicans. Warriors, they don't live and die by the three all the time. They do rely on it a lot, but it's not a live and die kind of thing. If that makes sense, because they have a great defense and they have guys that could do other things. Like Steph Curry can get to the hole, so could Draymond Green. They got big guys down there like David Lee and
Oh,
others.
people always forget that David
Great.
Lee is on this team.
David
always.
Lee's really
You know what you
good.
forget about? They have Andre Iguodala coming off the bench.
Exactly.
True.
They
You
have, the
forget
best,
about
they
it.
have the best
Livingston.
bench in the league.
They do. Sean Livingston.
Yes.
Great
Great pickup.
pickup.
Yeah.
I love
Great
that
pickup. Brooklyn dumb for letting him go.
They shouldn't.
Well, Brooklyn's just dumb in general. So Pelicans. I love Anthony Davis. They got all these guys back: Drew Holiday, Norris Cole.
Tyreek
I'd
Evans,
be
Eric Gordon.
I'd be happy to see him get one game. I think they can get one game in the Pelicans, but the
Yeah.
Warriors.
I say they squeeze out two with Anthony Davis.
I can see it. I
Yeah,
can see
I
that.
think Warriors take it in
I
five.
won't be against that. But Warriors in 5. Rockets, Mavs. I got the Mavs winning this. Actually.
Oh, that's such a good matchup, though.
Yeah,
I like the
I
Mavs
really
in
love
7.
that
I
matchup. love the
I'm
Mavs.
with you on that,
I love the
Martino.
Mavs.
Because my boy Rondo, I think he's gonna.
Oh,
I think
it's such a
if
strong
he gets
17.
along with Carlisle and Rondo plays like he usually does in the playoffs.
They have been getting
Yes,
along
goodbye.
lately.
Goodbye.
Rondo
Yeah.
Goodbye.
playoff.
There's
is
no
the
Beverly.
X factor
There's
there.
no Beverly. Who's gonna stop Rondo if Rondo's on?
Oh
Harden's is nice.
man,
They had
that's-
Chandler Parsons, Monte Ellis. They got Dirk still. Tyson
Everybody's
Chandler.
healthy, right?
Everybody's been pretty
I
healthy.
Don't know
It's
about
just
Chandler Parsons.
I'll take the
Chandler
Mavs and-
Parsons. He's been overpaid a little bit. He's not as good as he was on Houston. But Houston
I'll
and
take
then
the Mavs in 6.
then Mavs in 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh man, I can't wait to
I got
see
Mavs.
that
If
If
matchup.
Rondo plays like playoff Rondo plays,
Like
I mean, you got Nowitzki. I mean, he pretty much carried his team to take the Spurs to 7 games last year.
mhm.
So I mean, that's
He
and
can,
Rick
yeah.
Carlisle.
I like
coaching?
him, but Dallas is one of those
you just
teams.
have to
yes,
limit Parsons' shots.
exactly. Yes, Dallas has not won since our junior year of high school, but the thing is, they still have that
was a great Dallas
Celtics teams with the KG and the Pearson right
Yeah,
now. And the
they're
big three,
always
that
lethal.
it's just like we just need to get into the playoffs, even like the way the Spurs are now. We'll just get into the playoffs. We'll settle it there. Like it was just all about getting into the playoffs. It doesn't matter the seeding
Exactly.
because you're gonna face a tough team regardless. You know.
Yeah.
So we all in agreement of the Mavericks.
Mhm.
I have it
Yep.
7. You have 6. What do you
Mhm.
have?
I have it in 7 with you.
7?
Mavericks winning. I have Mavericks winning in 7. Now, for me, it depends who wins that first game. If the Rockets win that first game at home, then I give the Mavericks a tougher time to squeeze out that game. But definitely, if those Mavericks can steal that first or second game, one of those 2 games, in the Rockets' house, they're definitely gonna be able to take that series. And I will not be surprised if they give the Western Conference a run for their money.
No, not at all.
I said that prior to the season. I thought they could make a run.
Mavericks have the best starting lineup in the NBA, hands down.
On paper, but I need to see how they
Yes.
play in the playoffs to even make that kind of
Cavs
statement.
on paper is better.
Oh yeah,
I don't
Definitely.
think so.
I
You don't
know.
think so?
I know one thing.
I
is
think
that
you're
we
just
can-
looking at the names. You're not thinking of like what year it is.
Exactly. Tyson Chandler,
True.
guys. Tyson Chandler
'Cause
is
Nowitzki,
going to
Chandler.
be the life of this
But just
team in the
think about it,
playoffs.
like-
He is. He's always the X factor.
He's going to be the life. And when it comes to James Harden trying to get in that paint, he's
They-
going to have some
they
work
gotta
to do
hit him.
over Tyson
They gotta
Chandler.
hit him. James Harden, he's not a playoff guy. He's
James
like
Harden
Chris-
is also a
Just keep
flopper.
him-
He's awesome, but
No,
he's. I
do
don't
you know what it's gonna come down to?
Wait.
If they obviously he draws fouls. We all know this. He's
Yes.
great. He's great at drawing fouls. Hit him hard. Get that guy tired. It's a 7-game series.
He's not Jordan.
He's not
not
gonna be able to
Jordan.
pull it out. I have a feeling that James Harden's gonna choke for a little bit in the 6th or 7th game of this series if it
All
gets
right.
that far.
Let's go. Clippers Spurs. This isn't even close.
Clippers.
I'm sorry. Clippers are the what? What?
No, man. No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
Kawhi
way.
Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, the
way.
Finals
No.
MVP, is gonna
Yes.
lock up
No.
every
Lob
possible
City.
player.
Spurs in 6. Lob City. You could lob it. Go back to LA. God, most overrated team. It's just because the Clippers
I
are
like the
good in
Clippers.
years.
I like the
Mhm.
Clippers.
Where did they
They're
show
fun
up
to
in
watch.
the playoffs? They beat the Warriors last year when the Warriors were still kind of babies now. And the Warriors are so much better. When have the Clippers? the way the Warriors made the jump this year is what people have expecting the Clippers to do for how many years now, and the Clippers haven't done it. Yes,
But the Clippers have done it.
No, they haven't. They haven't jumped to the 1 seed.
They're just a 3rd seed because the Rockets and the Warriors are so good this year.
Exactly. The Warriors are better. That's the thing. If the Clippers made that jump, then we would have been talking about them like that, sweeping the Pelicans. But they're not.
I'm gonna say Spurs in 5 or 6.
Clippers in 7.
That could happen. I'm not. I mean, we're looking at a Clippers team that has
Chris Paul is the best
rebounder in the
game.
NBA. One of the
Melo's
best
better
coaches when it
mid-range.
comes to. One of the best coaches when it
well,
comes
not
to.
this season.
Well, that doesn't. But Melo, come on, come on. Your other Knicks.
No
fan here, Melo.
no one in the NBA is better offensively than Melo. I'm sorry.
Mid-range.
Anywhere on the court. In terms of
KD healthy.
KD healthy, okay, but in
That's
terms of
it.
post moves,
Westbrook.
KD doesn't have that
Westbrook,
post.
no. Westbrook. He doesn't shoot a good enough percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also shoots 56.
That's why I give.
shots
That's
a
why I
game.
give KD the edge too. He has
Yeah,
a
it
better
doesn't.
percentage.
He made 21 of the 43.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
have a problem.
I don't have a problem with that
All
either.
right. So what do you got, Martino? Clippers and Spurs.
Spurs and 6.
Spurs and 6. I'm honestly giving that ball movement a good one up here.
And it's a playoff.
Tony Parker's gonna
Clippers
school
have good
Chris
ball
Paul.
movement too, though. That's the thing.
Tony Parker's gonna school Chris Paul.
Clippers
Kawhi
don't
Leonard's
have
not gonna allow him to
They're
get
not-
into the paint.
I do not like them.
Only matchup I give them is that DJ and Blake Griffin down low. I honestly don't think Tim Duncan will be able to keep up. But then you do got Thiago Splitter is gonna be down there
You gotta go
too.
the other way around. What makes you think the Clippers are gonna stop the Spurs offense?
That's what I
That's
give
the
them.
thing.
The offense,
Who's
the
gonna,
movement.
who matches up to Kawhi?
No one. No one.
No,
and I'm
You're
seeing.
gonna leave. Okay,
I watched
say
them-
you go double Kawhi or something. Tim Duncan, the best power
But
forward.
who's gonna stop? But who's gonna stop Chris Paul?
Tony
Kawhi?
Parker.
You could slow Chris Paul down in the playoffs. No, you don't stop guys like this.
Yeah, you slow Chris Paul down, but then he dishes it to everybody else, and everybody else gets shots.
It's the X
you would
factors
think
of the
that would
wings.
happen, but has that happened
Matt
in the playoffs?
Barnes,
No.
Matt Barnes and JJ
and
Redick
not
have
against
to
the
come
defending
through.
champions who won by.
All right, well, we haven't had a very good look at the
Ridiculous
Clippers in the
numbers.
playoffs lately.
Yeah. But the thing is,
They
you know the
they're
Spurs are gonna be
overrated.
there. You know the Spurs are gonna come to
Spurs.
play.
Okay, we gotta get this Trailblazers and Grizzlies because we gotta go. It's
God,
almost 150.
this
Blazers.
matchup.
Blazers? Yeah,
Blazers.
I got Blazers in 7.
Even though their bench sucks.
It's gonna be a 7-game
Yeah.
series. I'm
well,
gonna
that's
say
not.
that.
It's part of injuries too.
Yeah.
It's
Wesley
gonna
Matthews.
be a
Aflalo
7-game
was a nice
series.
pickup.
Still, even with Wesley Matthews.
They gotta carry Aldridge. They got Robin. It's gonna be.
It's-
fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I can
right
see
now
it.
the Blazers.
I can see it going either way.
I like the
The
Grizzlies.
Blazers-
I don't think they can
Gotcha.
beat him.
In
Especially
ter-
after Damian Lillard shot last year. If he
Yeah.
can do that,
He's the man.
they can
He's
do
the man.
anything.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not even.
You know, I love guys who could show up in the playoffs. I don't really like Chris Paul. Give me all your numbers in the regular season. I don't care if you don't show up now. James Harden. James Harden.
Exactly.
Where was James Harden in the finals? I know he was young, but like, if you're not gonna show up in the playoffs, then I just don't want you in general because at the end of the day, you want to win a championship, and if you can't show up in the playoffs, what good are you?
Exactly.
So
I mean-
who do you have in the finals? For the West? And coming out of the West, and then your prediction.
Warriors,
Warriors, Cavs. Who do you have winning finals?
Cavs,
Cavs. Okay.
have to.
Okay, that's fair enough. I can see it.
You got Warriors.
Even though that's like the last matchup that I would want to see out of all of these.
I think it would be
teams.
fun to watch.
Man, I mean, I have Warriors Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, but I honestly don't know who's gonna win that matchup.
Pick a team.
I'm going. Obviously, I'm gonna go with the Warriors. You know, they're the younger
Obviously,
team.
okay.
They've already been battle tested
I
against
think,
the
I
Spurs
think
in
the
the
Warriors
playoffs.
are the hungriest team in the West.
They've gone up by 18 in the playoffs in the Spurs' house. They've lost the game in overtime, but they know they've played against the Spurs in the playoffs, and that's where I give them the up. They know how to deal with them, I guess, to a certain extent. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if those Spurs take that final spot from the Warriors. I give it
Alright.
to the Warriors in 7.
I have the Spurs like I had preseason, and then I have Spurs beating the Cavs in the finals because like the thing. It was after the Knicks loss
Mm-hmm.
again for the Spurs and they were just like, we just lost to this team. Are you serious? Pop
Yeah.
was pissed off, and the guys were like, Duncan was like, I came back for another year. I want to tie Jordan with his rings. You know.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy is that? If the Spurs win this year, Duncan's tied with Jordan for rings.
Duncan's already the best power forward of all time.
And
Yeah, I
no
don't
one
think
know,
it's
and
close.
a lot of people don't know that because the Spurs have their wins and
It's
championships
spread out. Spread out.
exactly.
It's
So
not
a lot of people don't know he has 5 and this one's
because
6.
they only have one true.
If the Spurs
superstar.
never win
Mhm.
another ring, they will still go down as one of the best teams in history.
Best organizations in history.
Honestly,
Popovich will be one of the best
considering all
coaches in
things,
history.
I think they are the
Duncan's the
best
best power forward in
run
history.
organization.
Exactly. Not necessarily that they're
Past 20 years.
yeah,
Past 20
yeah.
years for sure.
They're like, I gotta say, they're consistent in winning over 50. I think
Basically,
they have
everyone on
how
that
long's their
team is
streak?
gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
How long's their streak for winning 50 games? I think it's like running 12 seasons now.
Yeah.
12, 13
It's over a
seasons, over
decade.
15. Yeah.
But
it's like
anyways, so we got Warriors, Cavs.
Cavs winning.
some
Cavs
have
winning.
Spurs.
You have, what do you have?
Unfortunately.
I have the Warriors, Cavs. I have Cavs winning.
Cavs winning the title. I
Mhm.
don't see Cavs winning this year. Next year I have them winning. It's just the whole like it's the whole experience for Kyrie. Kevin Love is
They
so
have time.
inconsistent
They
with
have
that
time.
team. They have time. They really do.
Does
like,
Kevin Love stay though?
The big three
I don't know. We'll see.
isn't Kyrie
That's up for another.
Yeah.
and them though, but yeah.
But that's up
We
for
gotta
another
go
day
first.
because we got it's 152 already.
Oh, man.
But okay, so
We're gonna take
we
a
got
quick
Cavs,
break.
Cavs, Spurs. Meet the Mets coming up in a second. That was our review for NBA playoffs. So
You got our opinions
the
on it.
Metsies are coming up in a few minutes. PMP
Great story with
Sports.
that. Be back.